So now you should be able to see my presentation screen. Yes?
Yes.
All right. So let's talk about how to get AI to pick you. And before we do that, let's talk about why it's important. So I talked a little bit about this, and I don't know why that's numbered number two, but it is, but just ignore that. The one thing I've talked about before is that when people go to find a realtor, just like I just did, 82% of people right now is the statistic that they're actually going and looking at an AI platform, asking artificial intelligence first before they ever go out and ask other people, before they go out and go to Zillow, before they look at your Google business profile for your recommendations and your
Wow.
reviews. And so they do that way before. They're now all going to artificial intelligence and asking them about that before they do all the other things that they used to do. And so when someone asks who's the best agent, that's what we want to do, is get on that list. And the thing is when you used to do that, you used to go to Google and you used to type in best realtor in Utah, it would come up with a list of 20 people or 15 links or whatever, and you would try to rank at the top so that people didn't scroll down. But you could scroll down and see all the people that came up in that search result. Well, with AI doesn't do that. AI just picks the top 1 to 3 or 1 to 4 agents, and that's who it recommends. And it doesn't give you links to all the other people. So it's not like they're actually able to scroll down and find you if you're not in that mix. So you want to make sure you're one of the first 1 to 5 agents in order to actually get ranked by AI. Secondly, if you rank here, if you can actually achieve this and rank in the top, then you're more likely to gain a lot of good leads, right? Because these are people who are pre-sold. They've asked AI, AI is telling them Lisa's the very best agent for Salt Lake City, and they just believe it. They don't go out and research. They don't go out and look. They just believe what AI is telling them, and they will call Lisa believing that she's going to be the best agent for them. So that's why it's important that you're at the top of this. And this isn't just some future thing that is, nobody knows about, or it might come around sooner or later. This is happening right now, and it's not going away. It's only getting stronger. AI usage skyrocketed 532% in the last 6 months. So a ton of usage right now. So
Beth,
be
you're
aware.
wasting your time. It's a fad. It's going to go away. That's what I was
Yeah,
told about the internet.
yeah.
Okay.
It's one of those things where you just go and have a nice little chat with an AI. It has nothing to do with business, right? That's not the case. Like, this is very much your business, and this is where things are going to go, and it's only going to get harder and harder if you don't keep up with it. So make sure that you're doing your best to keep up with where we are with AI. So let's go through 10 things that you can do. I've tried to keep them simple enough that anybody with any tech level can do these things in order to improve where you rank with AI. Okay. And number one is that you need to own a hyper specific niche. Okay. So what does that mean? I need to get this off my screen for some reason. Sorry. What does that mean? That means that you need one clear sentence that describes who you are, right? I help first time home buyers in Orem, Utah, right? Or I help first time home buyers in 84321, right? Whatever that is, whatever that one specific sentence is that really defines who you are, and it doesn't have to be this exact format. It just has to be very specific to what you do and where you serve, right? And the reason for that is the AI, when it goes out and searches, because you're going to put this on everywhere. You're going to put it on your profiles, your bios, your posts on the MLS, like everything you do needs to include this, so that when AI goes out and starts searching everything that it does, it will find consistently over and over and over that I am the best realtor for first-time home buyers in Orem, Utah. And so that will give it confidence that what it's searching is actually true. What AI is trying to do is come to a confident conclusion based on everything that it can find. And the more proof that it has, the better it is that you'll actually get that result in what it says. Okay. Second, it's best if you pick one neighborhood, right, or one buyer type, like VA buyers, or a price range, and just repeat it incessantly, right? You want to continually say the same thing over and over with what you're doing in order to be ranked in that specific one. If you dilute yourself, like Lisa, where she's like, I do Utah County, I do Wasatch County, I do Utah County, I do them all, right? Then it's harder for you to be ranked if I ask about Draper, Utah. Okay. Next, you need to update your Zillow, your realtor.com, your homes.com, your Google bio, like all of those things need to be updated with that one clear sentence. And then from now on, you need to tag every video, blog, and everything you do with your city and your niche. So first time home buyers in Provo, right? Or whatever it is. So you should always be including that with whatever niche you're trying to get into to make sure that you always rank in that. So that's number one. Make sure you have a very hyper specific niche that you're trying to service. Okay. Number two. So this is the Google Business Profile, and it needs to be immaculate. So every single thing about your business profile needs to be filled out. Every single category, all your service areas, your description, your hours. You need to add fresh photos monthly. You need to post a market update or a tip of the week. And you need to answer every Q&A question yourself before someone else does. And let me see if I can get over to show you where that's at. And I don't know why Google Business always comes up in black for me, but I couldn't turn it white, so you're going to get black. And this is my Google Business profile. And you can see that up here at the top is where you want to go. And you want to fill in all of this kind of stuff. Okay, and make sure that it's all filled in. So you'll go to your edit profile. And in your edit profile, you'll go through, it has your contact, your description. And I haven't done this, so mine's not complete. When you opened, like every single thing in this needs to be filled out, right? Including when you get down here, more about the business, your accessibility, your amenities, the crowd, your parking, like all of this stuff needs to be filled out. So if you have a complete profile, ChatGPT is more likely to see it and recommend you than if you don't have a complete profile. In addition to that, you should be doing posts and adding photos every single month. And the reason is it's not about the number that you have, it's about how frequently you post. So if AI looks at your profile and you posted 6 months ago, it might think that you're no longer a realtor because you haven't done anything on that profile in the last 6 months. So if you can post every 2 weeks or 3 weeks so that you've always got something fresh, you're more likely to be recommended by AI because you've done that on a regular basis. Questions so far?
Nope.
Okay. Where are we at? All right, so make sure you do all those things and make sure that you go in and do your Q&As. There's a Q&A on there as well. And those are great things, and we'll talk about Q&As further down, but those are great things for blog posts and those kind of things as well. Okay. All right, next, number 3 is get reviews. So you want reviews everywhere and not just on your Google Business profile. So ask for reviews on Google, on Zillow, on realtor.com for sure. And then any other platform that allows reviews, you should be getting reviews there. So Rachel, when you talked about, hey, I got this guy who called me from Park City and he had put me in AI and they found me. This is probably one of the big things is that AI was able to find you on many platforms with good reviews. And that's why it's referring you. Okay. And so,
Well,
go ahead.
I just typed in once we started ChatGTP, who are the best real estate agents serving Wasatch County? And it gave me a handful, and I was not one of those. And then it said, do you specifically want a specific town? And I said, yeah, let's hear about Midway. And then the Spruce Real Estate team came up the first one. And when it came up, it's the only name of, I don't know, 10 of them that has a link. So I clicked on the link and the link opened up Yelp. I didn't even know we had a Yelp profile. But
Yeah, so
it
Yelp is
opens up
another one of those that's
on
great.
Yelp.
So you want your profile and your reviews to be everywhere, right? And that's a great example of why. So you want to make sure that you're asking your clients all the time to give you reviews on all of those platforms, and they need to be specific if they can. So they should say, "Hey, Jeff helped us in Orem, Utah, buy our first house, and this is why he's great." Right? Or the example here is Jeff helped us win in multiple offers. Okay, so be very specific, have them mention the city if possible and what actually happened in it. So that's extremely important. The second thing is to respond. Make sure you respond to every review if you can within 48 hours. So make sure and go on and just give a response of some kind. That shows that you're interacting with the people that are interacting with you and shows great customer service, which AI likes to see. Okay. And so
I have one more quick question, Jeff.
Yeah.
Whew, you're like blowing my mind. We send out house anniversary cards every year. And in the house anniversary card, James and I sign it and give a little message, but I've made this little piece of paper and I'll just print 4 to a page and it will say, "Hey, if you had a good experience, please make sure to leave us a review." So it isn't, and we send those with every house anniversary card that we send until forever. Like it could be a 7-year house anniversary or a 3-year house anniversary, but I include a QR code that is only to Google. So, and to make it easy, just so they can click on the QR code. So I need to modify that and throw up some Realtor and some Zillow and some Yelp QR codes. Is that what you're telling me? Like wherever they want, maybe they don't want to write a Google review, but maybe they like Yelp. So I need to like give them some options, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And maybe just including a link, typed out link, go to Yelp and look us up or something like that. Another suggestion for you is maybe follow your actual mailed anniversary card with an email that congratulates them with links to all 4 of those platforms, right? Or however many you want.
Love that idea. Okay, writing that down. Okay, thank you.
I love these ideas. Thank you for sharing, guys.
Yes.
Just reading the chat. Brandon says, would using Google Ads also increase your virtual footprint? And if you got a review on Google, is there a way to transfer it to the other platforms? So Google Ads do not help you rank. So the AI platforms don't look at ads. They just see that as ad spend that you're boasting that you're great. They don't see it as other people or social proof that you're good. So that doesn't necessarily help you. And on reviews, no, there's not a great way to be able to transfer them over. And you can tell your clients, hey, you can just copy and paste this exact same thing into these 4 boxes. Here's your links, right? But they do need to write it at least once, and they need to be the ones that write it. If we copy and paste it over, then it looks like the review comes to from us, and that doesn't count. That doesn't help us in any way. All right, let's go to number 4. So number 4 is that you need to complete and sync all your platform profiles. So we talked about making sure that your Google business profile is up to date. Make sure that your Zillow, your Realtor.com, your Homes.com, your LinkedIn profile, your Fathom Realty profile, all of those are completely up to date. They should all use the same profile, headshot, same intro for your same bio. All your specialties should be exactly the same. So every single thing across all of your profiles should all be synced up in the same. And the reason is because the more it sees the same thing across all the platforms, again, is social proof to the AI that this is actually true. If I have Lisa saying, hey, I'm a great realtor in Provo on Realtor.com, and hey, I'm a great realtor in Park City on Zillow, those 2 don't match up for the AI, so it doesn't give you any extra social proof. So you want to make sure that they're the same all the way across. Okay. And I think I have this in another slide, but just in case I don't, I'm like 90%. So we'll go with that. If I don't see it, I'll come back to it. But let me show you my Zillow profile and my Realtor profile. So in Realtor, when you log on, you'll go up here and you'll go to your settings and then to your profile. And then you'll be able to go through this. This has all of your information in it about where you work, your business, all those kind of things. And so you want to make sure, fill out your buyer profile, fill out all of your collaborations, all of those kind of things so that Realtor has it. And the same thing on Zillow. Once you log on, you'll be able to go in, update your listings and all those kind of things. In fact, it's been so long since I did mine. Let me go to my profile for you and do an edit.
Is that picture from when you were 25? That's why it's been so long?
Yeah, exactly. No, but if I go to my agent, I noticed I went to my agent info. It has my real estate licenses expired, right? So there's a good chance if AI looks at this, they're just going to think that I don't even work in the business anymore because I've got an expired license because I haven't updated this. Okay. So make sure that you're going through and updating everything every single time on every one of your profiles across the board. An easy way to do this is just go in and Google yourself and see where you show up. And every one of those places that you show up will have a profile. And then you can go through and update each one of those. Just make a list and, once a day, go in and update one profile or whatever. This doesn't have to be something that you sit down tonight and work for 14 hours trying to do. Just take some time and make sure you get everything updated as soon as you can.
Hey, Jeff, can you go back to when you first signed into those? I noticed you clicked no for like a notification. What were you clicking no to? Right there, like, search. So this isn't like, how do I know when someone posts a review on Google or posts a review on Yelp, or like she was saying, she didn't even know they were on Yelp
Yeah,
to
so
reply to those.
most platforms, if you have your profile set up, I know Realtor does, I know Homes does, I know Google does. Whenever there's a review left, you'll get an email saying that there's been a review left. But I can't say that for every platform. I haven't used them all enough to know. Okay.
You need to add your picture, Jeff.
Yeah, I do. You're right. So you want to make sure it's the same, right? That's what I'm saying. You want to make sure it's the same across all of your profiles, because if it's not going to give you social cred.
Yeah.
All right, number 5, lock down your nap. And that is not go take a nice long nap before you go and do these things, okay? Your nap is your name, your address, and your phone number. And those 3 things need to be the same across every single one of your profiles. If you, for example, if I have Jeffrey Larson on one page and I have Jeff Larson on another, AI will not tie those 2 together. They won't think it's the same person. And so at that point, it doesn't help you to be able to have more social proof that you're actually good. So make sure that your name's the same, that your phone number and your address, preferably your office address, is exactly the same across all of your profiles. So as you're updating your profiles, make sure that that's the same everywhere you appear, okay? And then, of course, per Utah law, you've got to make sure that your brokerage is updated and that you're associated with the right brokerage. So make sure that that matches as well. All right, number 6, create answer-based content. And so make a list of the top 10 questions that you're asked the most, and then write short blog posts or record videos and answer those. Each piece that you do should have a direct answer to the question that you're answering within the first 2 or 3 sentences, because AI likes to go and look at a page and only read the first part of it. And if it's answering it, it will go on. If it's not, it won't continue to read the rest of the page. So make sure that you're going and doing that. Let me show you. If I go to, I thought I had it up, but I don't. So if I go to my Fathom IntelliAgent and I go to my website, this is the easiest way to do that. Once you have your into your website, you can actually add a blog post once a week, right? Or an FAQ or whatever it is. If IntelliAgent will work, that's maybe one of the keys. uh, there we go.
Hey,
Okay,
Jeff,
so
sorry,
yeah,
I
go
have a
ahead.
question. I guess I was not quick enough for you updating
No,
this.
go ahead.
Um, on my I guess website for IntelliAgent or Fathom, if I create a specific page, like a sub page, for some reason it keeps giving an error. Do you know any solution to that?
It gives you what?
An error. So let's say if I do a niche specific additional sub page, so let's say buy, sell, whatever in this example, and then I do a copy link into whatever post I'm making, whether that's a blog or a reel, and I click on the link, it comes back link as a broken. Do you by chance know why?
I don't. That's probably something to reach out to agent services about, because that shouldn't break your link by doing that. So you should be able to do that. So reach out, email agent services and let them know what the problem is, and they should be able to look at your page, your account, and make sure that everything's good there.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, so when you're in your, and this is going to be very quick, this isn't a tutorial on how to do it, but I just want to show you that it can be done. When you're in your pages here for your website, on your Fathom Realty website, up here at the top, you can just create a new page. And within that page, if you just drag in a rich text box, this is just like a Word document, right? And so within this, I could do FAQs for Provo, Utah. And then I can come down and I can do, question 1 and the answer. And I can just go down the page and do that. I can put video in here. I can put pictures in here. I can put links in here. So whatever I want to put on this, I can put in. And then once I save that, I have a new page for my website that is an FAQ specifically for Provo, Utah. And when Google goes out, when AI goes out and tries to find information about realtors for Provo, Utah, I will rank higher there because I've got all of these question and answers about Provo, Utah, or I've got a blog about where to go in Provo, Utah, or I've got these are the best dry cleaners in Provo, Utah, right? So all the things that I do that are related around that same subject will help me to rank better with AI by continuing to put out content about that particular location or niche or whatever you want to do there.
And then Jeff, a quick question. Are you copying these questions and answers exactly and putting them in the other things so that it's all uniform again with that uniform mindset?
So really the only place that you can continue to do these, because these are going to be more like blog posts, web pages, and those kind of things that people can go to anytime and you can link to. But these are things that the only place you could really put those are your Google profile as posts. Other than that, like your Zillow profile, your Realtor profile, those aren't going to allow these kind of postings.
Okay.
Okay. All right, number 7 is build your proof pages. And we talked just a little bit about this. What I just showed you was kind of, make a FAQ, a frequently asked questions page about specific things or a specific market or whatever that is. In addition to that, you want to build pages that prove your content, right? And so that's things like real numbers, list price versus sales price, days on market, multiple wins. Screenshots. If you have a great win with a client, you could tell that story and show screenshots between you and your client. Obviously, you'd want to have permission to do that. And then case studies. So what you did and what the result was. Let's say that you negotiated a great deal for your client, or there was a major issue with repairs and you were able to get that solved, writing those things down. Those are the best top of mind things that you can do. Let me show you one easy way in the same thing. So if I were to put, let's just say I want to do this as market stats and give information here. An easy way to do that, if I jump over to the MLS, I don't know why it signs me out now. I hate that. And I go to rapid stats. So it's here on the side if you want it, or up in your stats, you go to rapid stats. It will pull the latest stats for you eventually.
Maybe.
Right. And then all I do is, it'll show how many are active, how many are sold, how many are under contract. All I do is take a quick screenshot of this. And then I can go back over to IntelliAgent and just put a picture in. And I can easily drop that right into that page, right? And then when clients go, and I can update this once a week or whatever, and just call this, current stats. And that's going to give me automatically an easy way to show what the current stats are in the market for people to come and look at, right? So it doesn't have to be anything.
I have a question for you. Sorry.
Yeah,
did
go
you make this for Provo or whatever city you want to be the expert in? Or does that benefit you to have it say Cottonwood Heights or, Midway?
Yeah. So anytime you can niche down, anytime you can get more and more detailed as far as where you're at, make it a less broad market, the more chance you have to get recommended in that particular area.
How would you do that? Can you just show me us really fast on the MLS? How would you pick to get something not as broad as what you did? Like you went to stats and then rapid stats. Okay. So now I'm here. How do I pick Cottonwood Heights or?
So I would just go, in this case, I can't do it on the dashboard, right?
Okay.
But in market summary, when you do a market summary report, and this will populated report, kind of like that, right? But here I can go to the city and do
nice.
Cottonwood Heights, right? I want to actually deselect everything. So let me get rid of everything. I can type today. And then when I refresh that, these numbers are going to be specifically for Cottonwood Heights.
Oh my gosh. I've never even used this report. I didn't even know it was there. Who's with me?
Just you, Lisa. You're the only one. Everybody else knew it was here and has been using it for over a decade.
Yeah.
Welcome to the party.
Lisa, I just have one thing to say to you. Stay out of Cottonwood Heights. That's my aim.
We're going to have an arm wrestle.
I'm kidding.
There's enough money to be made for all of us on this call.
That's right.
All right.
Okay.
Three more. And then I've actually got, just so you know, if you want to stick around through the three more, I've actually got a bonus at the end where you can bypass everything that I just taught you and get clients. So
You're evil.
It's the most amazing tip you'll ever get. For real.
Let me guess. Call your SOI and tell them you love them.
Is it called the Fathom Easy button?
Yeah, it is. That's a great idea. I'm going to rebrand it to that. All right. So number 8 is get mentioned by credible sites. So AI wants, like I said, social proof. It wants to know that you are actually recommended by other people. Specifically, if you could get Deseret News to mention you and say Lisa's one of the best realtors in Cottonwood Heights, you would beat out Don every single time, right? Because Deseret News is very highly ranked by AI as something that's credible. And so that's a great, if you can somehow get your local news to do something or some kind of story for you, that's a great way to get recognized by AI. And then joining local chamber of commerce or being listed on their website, do sponsored events, volunteer events for things around your community. Go do a podcast with someone, look for someone who has a YouTube channel in your area, Anybody who's got some kind of social presence, it's a great way to go and get that social credibility with AI, is to just go beyond their podcast or their video or whatever. So make sure that you're out there, out in the community, actually doing stuff so that AI can see that you're involved there. Number 9, be active where AI directly indexes. So the places that that we're looking at the very most right now, where AI is currently looking the very most, is they're looking at realtor.com, Zillow.com, Google Profile, YouTube. YouTube is a huge one. It actually looks at and listens to videos that you post on YouTube. It will not look at Instagram or Facebook other than some of the social groups it will look at. So just be aware of that. It looks at LinkedIn.
What do you mean by the social groups?
So in social groups like, let's just say, Facebook for Midway hikers.
Gotcha.
It will go look at that and it will read the comments there, because it feels like anybody who's commenting in that type of a setting is actually something that's valuable. Okay.
That knows. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
There's a lot of real estate groups on there as well. So
Yep.
join as many real estate groups as you can.
Yeah. LinkedIn, huge. Reddit is massive. For some reason, AI loves to read Reddit posts. So if you can get on Reddit and get into some of your local niches and start making comments, that's a great way to get your name visible within Reddit. And I don't know why, but it really ranks anything Reddit as highly valuable, when Reddit is pretty toxic community, to be honest.
Yeah, but
So.
it probably does, because look at what they did for that GameStop. Reddit brought it back to life and people made millions.
Yeah, for sure. So just be aware, that's a great place to be. It was recommended, like Reddit first time home buyers is a good place. Reddit real estate is a good place. Reddit Cottonwood Heights is going to be a real place. So look for all those communities where you can make a difference and be shown as active there. All right, number 10, extremely important, make it embarrassingly easy to contact you. Put your phone number, your email address, your Calendly link, whatever, on every single website. Make sure that people can find you immediately and easily. If you don't, and you don't have that, and you don't have an easy way to contact you, then AI won't recommend you, because it feels like it's going to recommend someone that nobody can get a hold of. And so make sure that all of your contact information is everywhere that you can possibly put it. If you put out a blog post, make sure all your contact information is there, right? If you put out a flyer, put it all there. Anything you do online, make sure that you're easily recognizable and contactable. And I think as real estate agents, this is one we should know and be doing already. But just go double check. Make sure that you're easily found. All right. So bottom line on this is that AI doesn't guess, right? It doesn't just guess as to who's the best agent. It's going to go out there and look to see who's actually earned it. So you've got to prove it through your niche. You've got to prove it through your actual results. And you've got to be reachable. You've got to be findable within 6 seconds. And if all of those things are true and AI can back up the fact that you're actually a legitimate source, it will recommend you as one of those top 3 or 4 agents. And it's totally worth it. The amount of business that you can get from this right now, if you're ahead of the game, is going to be huge, because most realtors aren't doing this stuff. They're just relying on what they've done in the past to somehow rank on Google searches, right? Or AdWords or whatever it is. So these are the things that will actually get you ahead of the game right now. All right, I promised you a bonus one.
Wait, I got a question before the bonus.
Okay.
Real quick. What if you, like, I see what you're saying about the niche of Cottonwood Heights or whatever, but what if I want to sell everywhere? Like, do people think, oh, she's only in Cottonwood Heights, like she can't help me in Draper, or she can't help me in, like West Valley? Or tell me what you've learned about that, Jeff Larson.
Yeah, Chat JL, that's me. So what you need to do is actually niche down in every single one of those markets, right? And so I need to have a blog post for Draper, Utah. I need to have a blog post for Cottonwood Heights. I need to have a blog post for Highland, Utah, right? Every single one of those you need to be creating separately and equally, because ChatGPT will find you and see that, yes, I'm associated with Cottonwood Heights, but I'm also associated with Draper, right? And if it's specifically being asked about Draper and it sees you, it will find just your Draper stuff and ignore the rest of it. But if Draper doesn't exist and only Cottonwood Heights exists, then it will ignore you and Draper.
And what is Salt Lake County? Like, that was not the easy button, what you just described. Is Salt Lake County too big?
Yes and no. So if someone just simply types in, I'm looking for a realtor in Salt Lake, right? Is there a potential that you could get there? Yes. If they're specific about, hey, I'm looking for 123 zip code 123456, right? Then at that point, it's going to probably bump you out because you're too broad. Other questions before I go to the bonus one?
Can I ask a quick question?
Yep.
On your slide that was marked number 10, hopefully you can make these available for us. Will
Yes,
you
everyone will
explain
get it.
really quick about that second point, add what happens when you contact me to your site? I really think I've never heard this. This is like, ta-da!
Yeah, so this is hey, here's my phone number. You will receive a phone call within 5 minutes of calling me.
I like
right?
that.
Or here's my Calendly link, sign up. And when you sign up at the end, you put, you're now registered, you will get an email in 5 minutes, right? Or whatever it is, whatever your process is, AI likes to know that you actually have a process for when somebody contacts you.
I like that. That's very cool.
Other questions? Okay, you've earned the bonus then. Here's the bonus to get around all of this so you can just ignore everything that I just taught you. And the bonus is create raving fans. Create people who will actually recommend you directly, because that carries way more weight with everyone than what an AI platform actually tells them. And so if I go to ChatGPT and it says that Lisa's the best, and then I go to my friend and he says, you know what, Lisa might be okay, I don't know. But I work with Rachel and she's absolutely amazing. And this is what she did for me. And this is what she continues to do for me. I guarantee you I'm going to go with Rachel over what AI just recommended to me. Right. And so build out and segment your database. So A's, B's, C's, and D's, and then treat your A's like gold. Everything you can do to make them feel like you're the best agent in the world. Send 2 handwritten notes a day. Have 5 voice calls every single day with the people in your database. Master your Ford conversations. So family, occupation, recreation, and dreams. The phone calls that you're making to your people should be conversations around getting to know them and understand them and help them, not around how can they give you business, right? If you do that, you'll grow a raving fan community. Send value, market updates, newsletters, local resources, coupons, helpful information about where to go see the lights at Christmas. Like all of those things, you should be sending out value to your clients without any ask attached to the value that you're asking for or giving them, right? And then I do a pop by once a quarter, and I do a client appreciation month event every 6 months, but do one at least yearly, no longer than that. Do one client event every single year. And then ask all the time at the end of conversations, just say, who do you know that might need my help? I would love to be introduced, right? Just that one thing tells them that you're willing to help their family and friends. And if you'll do this, even if you don't do anything with AI, I promise you'll have an amazing business. So AI is important. You want to rank there, but in the end, it's all about the people, right? That's who we're trying to get to. Don't forget the people aspect of this business, because AI can replace a lot of what we do, but it will never replace what we do for our people and how we treat them and how they feel about us. So that's by far the most important. All right, guys, any questions, anything that I missed? Brandon typed, can you use Live by Local to make all blogs for those cities? Yes, that's an excellent point. Live by Local has great ability to make those reports, those market reports for individual neighborhoods or zip codes or cities very easily. And so go in and play with Live by Local. It's a great resource that we have available to us as Fathom agents.
I think that is the best. So who did that? Brandon?
Brandon, yep.
Brandon, thank you for that. I'm copying you.
Brandon, not Brandon.
Wait, what is it?
Brandon,
B-R-A-
Oh,
Brandon.
Brandon.
Yeah,
Okay, sorry,
that's-
buddy.
No,
Thanks,
don't worry about
Brandon.
it. I should just
Brandon-
change it to
Brandon
Brandon,
has-
make my life easier.
Brandon has never, ever in his life been called Brandon. I guarantee you, you're the
No.
first.
Let me ask,
Seriously.
are you in Cottonwood Heights, Brandon?
Yes, I am. Dawn, you need to mind your own business.
There'll be three of us fighting over it.
All right. I'm
I don't
down.
do Cottonwood Heights. I was just giving you a hard time.
All right, guys, I hope you learned something. And we will come back with another one next month. Next week is our CE classes. We have one in Orem actually in 2 days from now, which is social media, which is going to be great. It's going to be on Instagram and posting. It's a 2-hour CE class core. Fantastic class. And so if you're interested in that, it will be here at 11 o'clock in the Orem office. And then next week we've got CE in Orem and Union Park. And do you have one in Midway? Do you know?
Yes. On
So
Tuesday.
Tuesday is Midway, Orem is Wednesday, and Union Park is Thursday for CE. And then in 3 weeks on Wednesday is our Forms Plus class. And Don has some amazing things, plus an announcement that we're going to make of a cool product that we're rolling out just to Northern Utah agents.
Just for Northern Utah agents. You guys want to be on Forms Plus.
It'll be cool. Yeah. And it's not associated with anything Fathom, so it will actually work. And it's like amazing. So you guys will love it. It'll be great. So join us. All right. Thanks for being here. I hope everybody got something, and we'll send out slides and recording later this week.